Here are your hosts, Scott the Bear and Jeremiah the Johnson.
Welcome back to the Lost and Known podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Jeremiah.
We're back for episode 424 after a very long summer vacation.
Palindromic and very not prime, of course.
Very not prime. Aggressively not prime.
Aggressively not prime. And the most
That's
even
how
number.
mathematicians say it.
Yeah, the most even number since 2. It's the thing that defines even numbers. It's that even. We took the summer off, baby. We took the summer off not necessarily on purpose, but also sort of consciously, for sure. We had chances to record. We're sorry, folks, that we didn't bring you everything. But I think this is what we're going to do kind of going forward I like staying pretty regular throughout the cold months and whatnot. But then when it gets really nice, we'll probably be a little more sporadic. We're just having fun doing this.
If the summer's as nice as this summer, next summer, then we expect this again. But you know what? We've had years where it's rained half the summer, and those are great for recording.
Exactly. Well, and that's why, I still think if we do this consciously, then we should be able to, be like, okay, let's at least make sure to, no matter what, knock out one a month. Right? But the thing that happened before is we didn't do it consciously at all. So we said, we're going to try every week. And then every weekend we would get together and it'd be 85 degrees, sunny, would be on the porch, and we're not about to do that. And then, of course, I've got my gig season kicks into gear, and sometimes I'm just hungover and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we're going to bring you some content when we get to it, but this is Halloween month, and we are excited to come back to it for this one exactly. So this one specifically is going to be awesome because we are back for Halloween month. Now, granted, we're not, we're going to try to find spooky-ish stories as much as we can. Sometimes we will succeed, sometimes we won't, but we're always going to be chatting horror and all that kind of stuff. So we're coming back at our favorite time of the year, Scott.
Yeah, and I'm just realizing this is our first Halloween into a Trump 4-year run, just like back years ago we had our Halloweens during a Trump run.
Yes, that's true.
And it got really hard to find spooky stories, but we still managed to scrape something up, and that's kind of the goal here is we're going to avoid politics, we're going to avoid as much as we can, but also politics has made the way we search for weird stories hard. So we're going to try our best to have a full Halloween month. To help pad the shows, of course, we're bringing back our movie picks.
Yep.
So each of us is going to give you a movie suggestion for the Halloween season. Jared, I don't know about you, but I'm averaging, if you take the days I don't watch movies and then the days I watch multiples, I'm averaging about one a day.
So I checked. So I am at 16. So I'm at 1.6 a day. So I'm doing pretty well. And I know I've got at least 2 on the docket for today because I've got one after this. Going to go watch with a friend. And then I'm sure tonight I always watch one at night. Take my little gummy. Veg out. Actually I got halfway through a movie called Cut from the year 2000 starring it's a meta slasher starring Molly Ringwald and Kylie Minogue, and it seems very kind of dumb and not that great, but also extremely fun so far. And it's a movie that came out in 2000, and it feels like if you didn't know it came out in 2000, you would assume it was into the early to mid 90s until they specifically reference the movie Scream in it.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh, wait, this clearly came out after 96. But anyway, so I watched half of that. I'm looking forward to watching the other half tonight. So yeah, gotta got some good stuff out there. So we're gonna give you some picks and just get lost in thought and have some web droppings and whatnot. Spider web droppings.
In our house, we've started doing once a week horror movie night that's just from our VHS collection.
Yeah.
So you can only pick from that.
You inspired me to look at what I need to. I have a VHS player. I've never hooked it up on one of my TVs because I have no idea if it has all the connectors to what I assume.
We had to buy an adapter.
Regular composite or whatever. It could probably do, but I have a lot of stuff around
3
here.
old cords, whatever they were called. We got
composite.
Yeah, we got a composite to HDMI adapter. Yeah. But it's powered. You have to plug that in too.
Yeah. So I'm going to take a look at that because I mean, you saw some of the score. It was, I think, last year that I just ran across these 2 great free VHS and Betamax tapes, that were all all horror movies, but a lot of really obscure stuff that never made it off VHS stuff.
Yep.
So I'm going to go in and I'm going to find some of those. And I don't
my,
even know what movie this is, and I'm going to put one of those on because you have to see those in the square with all the shitty resolution. Hopefully bad tracking.
I've got a nice enough VCR where it up converts to widescreen.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It's a slightly newer VCR. It's not modern, but it's not old. It's not 80s or 90s. I think it's a 2000s model.
Yeah.
So when you pop in a movie,
video.
It doesn't stretch things so people look like they're weird stretched people.
Yeah.
Like little pudgy people. They all look normal and everything, and it fills the screen. but it fills a wide screen.
Yeah, so it's a weird like anamorphic sizing, which means you're still probably losing stuff off the top and
I
bottom.
was going to say, we're probably losing a hair, but you never notice it.
The anamorphic scaling is pretty crazy because that's what like the 16:9 ratio was, where they could get it to work into these other ratios because it's this weird algorithm that gets you close enough to where your eye doesn't notice the crazy squash and stretch. Because it is doing some of that, but it's almost like doing it.
Oh, I was examining the screen because we watched Motel Hell, which is a movie that never made its way onto DVD or anything. It's just VHS, I think.
I think it's been on streaming. I've seen it. Yeah.
I've never seen it on DVD though, ever.
Yeah, I'm not sure about DVD, but well, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if now it's like a Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow or one of those. Like if it did it was like a Steelbook special edition or something.
Yeah, and then we watched Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which I didn't remember was so fucking boring.
Yeah.
No one dies really until the last act, so it's a lot of watching people just hang out at a cabin by the lake. And I just started playing on my phone at one point, and I couldn't believe I was doing that during a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
It has to be the slowest one of the entire series.
Yeah, it's
so little happens.
So, staying on the horror and the Friday the 13th front, I was just chatting with my sister about, so I texted you that there's a, on Shudder, they released the Aliens Expanded documentary, which is a 4 hour and 42-minute long documentary about one movie in the franchise. Now, most of these other ones it's like all about the entire franchise. This is about one movie. So I'm looking forward to the deep dive. I love deep dive documentaries. And this has like, Sigourney and James Cameron. So it's a valid
in between takes, we'd sit around and eat pudding cups.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, these are good pudding cups. Yeah. And they would be like, yeah, I wish we had more of these pudding cups.
Yeah.
Because how do you really stretch a 2-hour movie into 5 hours of talking about it?
Were you a vanilla pudding cup guy or a chocolate pudding cup guy? Well, sometimes on Mondays I usually start with vanilla, but by the end of the week I'm fully into chocolate.
That's how I fear that it could go, because it's really what do you have to talk about for 5 hours?
My guess is with that one they must have documented so much behind the scenes shit. My guess is probably there's been so many special edition versions of that movie. It's probably a bunch of combined pieces from like all the special features, like all the featurettes and all that. I mean versions of that, even if it's not like the same. But like I'm guessing there's a lot of behind the scenes footage and shit. So
I'll have to check
I'm
that
excited
out.
about that. But the reason I bring that up is because my thought was I was like, I've got that one. There's a Chucky documentary that was five hours long.
I watched that.
To watch. And I was like, I think what I'm going to do is next year.
That talked about all the Chucky movies.
Exactly. No, and all these I'm talking about, like with the exception of the Aliens one, like they talk about an entire franchise in 5 hours. So they do have Crystal Lake Memories, which is close to like 6 or 7 hours, I think. And that one I watched. That's about 8 or whatever. I think right up through Manhattan. The Friday the 13th movie. So my plan is in 2026, once a month, I'm going to watch all of the movies in those documentaries and watch the documentary. So the first month it might be Never Sleep Again, watching all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. The next one, that one, Chucky. So it'll give me a monthly kind of task to be like, I got to watch 8 movies and this documentary and then whatever else. So.
What I found was fun because you mentioned Chucky. I was looking at the Peacock Halloween selection. They have their own little, every streamer has its section for Halloween. Under Universal Monsters, all the Child's Play movies.
Oh,
and I was he's a Universal Monster.
That's right. Oh my God. Yep. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That clearly, he's got the cred nowadays to be. He's up there with Frankenstein.
Been around for 30 plus years. Yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't just consider him up.
I mean, shit, he's...
Because you got Frankenstein, Dracula, Invisible Man, Werewolf, Creature from the Black Magoo. And then, Creature from the Black Magoo. That's a completely different film.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then you got Chucky, who in my head is just Killer Doll.
Yeah,
if you want to be like...
Child's Play was, in 89 or something like that?
Yeah, because you got Vampire, Werewolf, Creature, Wolfman, then you got Doll, Killer
88.
Doll. Because there's Annabelle and other killer dolls. So this is their killer doll.
Yes, yeah. Well, and this is, we're pushing 40 on that one, so we're going to probably get some
40.
Cool, yeah. I mean, well, in 2 years, essentially, because 1988 was the first Child's Play movie.
That sounds so ancient to me that I'm like, oh yeah, did I miss the Abbott and Costello meet Chucky?
We're like, oh wait, we're over 40. That's how we know that.
That's how we even know what Abbott and Costello is. But in my head, it's so old.
Abbott,
it should be in those.
Honestly, I am kind of so sick of AI shit, and I want the Soras and whatnot of the world to fucking die.
Some stuff will never get made.
But I was like, that one, like, if we could limit it to just shit that literally could not happen, period.
Yes, because
like,
everyone's dead.
Yeah, we're like, you know, I don't know, like the AI video shit. I'm just kind of like, I kind of want all these fucking things to die, and they're not going to. Like, yeah, we're gonna be able to do X, Y, and Z with them, and what do? Oh, we're gonna just release AI slop apps because we know we need more of that.
I have been enjoying the AI slop that is horror related because it is fun. Like, there's a whole bunch of them of what's his name, Bob Ross, the painter.
Yes.
There's people
people
tied to chairs, and he's painting them while they cry.
Oh, I didn't see
I'm
that.
just gonna put a little tree right here, but it's like on their cheek while they're just sobbing, tied to a chair.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want the Bob Ross as a serial killer movie.
Yeah.
Like, every day he goes to work and he's chipper
honestly,
and nice.
so
but then
that's-
he goes home and he ties people to chairs, paints them, and then kills them.
So that's where like that kind of thing could actually, like, fuck the slop stuff. Be like, okay, cool. That's an interesting concept. Why don't we make not Bob Ross as a killer, but clearly make the version of that where the guy's name is, Rob Boss or whatever, and he's clearly got the big, like, kind of like they did with the Owen Wilson movie,
Rob
which I never
Boss
saw.
with the afro would have to be. You have to race swap it. Black guy doing
I mean,
it.
it's 2025, of course. Well, actually, I guess we're unrace swapping things now, but yeah. It's 2025 where we can do whatever we want with that. No, but like, it was like the Owen Wilson painter movie where
that was
clearly
fun.
that, which I still haven't seen, but like
fun.
he was clearly
Bob
based
Ross.
on Bob Ross, right? Like,
But he wasn't.
Yeah. But like, so yeah, we do that, but it takes place in the 70s and 80s where he's just this really sweet, like, painter man. But
Vermonter painter man.
But yeah,
keep it all in Vermont too.
Yeah, but then you see in the basement, he's got his other sets of paintings, which are all these missing people and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
clearly,
just gonna put a little skull right here.
Yeah.
That little skull just it just makes my day.
Oh my god! or like he's fumbling with something and like drops a gun and it shoots somebody. He's like, oh, a happy accident. Yeah. Oh, look at that little happy.
Come
accident.
on, this writes itself.
It writes itself. Yeah. Well, that's when something writes itself and a human writes it, I'm totally fine with it. That's great. I just don't want AI to be fucking involved in our creative lives anymore. Excuse me. Anyway, so. We're back. We're back. We're doing our thing. We're getting lost in thought. But you actually do have a regular lost in thought, which sometimes you get lost in thought. Now, these notes were made weeks ago, so I'm curious of whether or not you
I deleted a few.
Understand what you got lost in.
Sometimes
you'll put one out and be like, Jerry, you got this lost in thought. I'm like, no, I do not. This was you. And you'll go, well, I do not remember.
Second one's you though, right?
Oh yeah. Wait, what?
Second one's you?
There is no second one.
There's two.
There's one lost in thought.
No, if there's ever a vampire, and then can you have?
No, nope.
How do we have different notes? That's not good.
No, no. I have those. That's not mine.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
These are all yours. Yes. Can you go bag as a man in 2000? I don't know what that means.
No, I did months ago. I did.
Don't know what that means.
All right, well, we'll go with the first one.
Cool.
All right, so if there's ever a vampire invasion, like what's that vampire invasion movie that was really good? The Strain.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Yeah, if there's something like that, I'm climbing
I also
a
think of
telephone
like
pole.
30 Days of Night. It's not really invasion, but when you're in that town, it is, right? Like,
yeah, I'm climbing a telephone pole because they're all shaped like crosses, and if crosses keep vampires away, you just stay on the telephone pole, and it's a giant cross. They can't come at you. Right. That's it. Also, vampires probably can't walk down the sides of most roads. Same reason, just cross.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, why would they not count? Why if in a movie you break a chair leg and you put two pieces together, and that's like, well, it's a cross.
I find in my
anything
mind,
can be a cross
in
if you
my
put two
mind,
chair legs
in
together.
my mind, that shit is not canon. When people do that and they're like, because I'm like, that means just anything in that shape will hurt a vampire. No, my thought is a cross has to be like a crucifix where it's actually like, a piece of God or whatever. Like, it's supposed to be holy. Just two sticks together. Because then what, you put it a little further down and suddenly it's satanic. Like your hand slipped.
How did he bite you? Oh, it was a plus symbol. Yeah. They hate plus symbols.
Yeah, no, yeah, my proportions were all off, and he just
yeah, you're right. Like if you just have it up here at the top,
yeah,
cross like stay away vampires,
yeah,
and then you slip a little
6
and
inches
then they just
below,
attack you.
and it's just suddenly like, oh, he's just trying to do addition. We're good. Yeah,
get on, boys.
And then down below that is a fucking satanic
upside down cross,
which
they'd kind of join your side.
I guess it'd be like, hey, yeah, what's up, we're bros,
friends.
Yeah, so the whole cross thing, I always felt like I like the movies where somebody like is like being like, I've got garlic. They're like, that doesn't do anything. It's just a good food. You know, like I like some of the circumventing some of the rules or you know, pushing against some of the quote unquote canon stuff, because a lot of people are just like, we're going to go with historical canon, not the random stuff that's been peppered on top.
Yeah, I was working off of like the From Dusk Till Dawn rules.
Yeah.
Where they break all the table legs and they start putting the table legs together with their two hands as crosses.
Yeah.
And I'm just like in my head going, yeah, so everything that's a cross is a cross. Climb a telephone pole. They can't get you up there. That's two pieces of wood in the shape of a cross.
I feel like it would be the same as being like, if somebody's like, like holy water, kills whatever, and they just be like, oh, we're gonna go ahead and like, you know, demons or whatever, and they're just like, well, oh, you just throw regular water on them, it's not gonna do anything. It's got to be blessed by a priest. It's got to be like a cross needs to be like a crucifix.
Blessed by a priest.
Yeah,
or
maybe
something.
even not like blessed by, but like Jesus has got to be dead, looking good on there. Like that's how you get.
Oh, white CrossFit Jesus is your example of authenticity.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's holding like fucking tires in each hand.
Yeah.
Like, despite the fact that his hands are nailed there. Look how fucking strong he is. That's where
He's
CrossFit
ripped.
Yeah,
I'd do him.
Yeah.
What'd you say? None.
Yeah. Jesus comes inside of me.
Look at those cum gutters on Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus is inside of me as much as I want him to be. So.
I mean, along those lines, you can get a priest and a golf cart and have him go around just slapping telephone poles with his hand going, I bless you, I bless you,
yeah.
I bless you. And like, you can just do that in an entire community, and then the vampires are walking around be like, telephone pole, like everywhere.
Yeah.
You could create a vampire-free town by blessing all the telephone
Yeah, that's
poles.
why I think, and also I just don't think that vampires.
I'm gonna make this movie.
Vampires are undead. They're not really like inextricably linked to Satan. So I don't get why the whole fucking religious stuff is even a thing. Like, it's not linked to, like, in fact, they're undead. They didn't go to the afterlife. They just came back to life-ish, and they're like, so I think we can keep religion out of vampirism, in my opinion.
You can easily. This strain, once again,
Yes.
I believe, is a non-religious vampire thing. It was a biological vampire.
A lot of them are. I mean, honestly,
that was like a zombie invasion, but not.
The classics, like, you got a fucking, wooden stake through the heart. That can make sense. Okay, I don't know what it is about the chemical balance of the wooden stake versus I also like in some movie where they just put a regular, like, a metal stake through the heart, and that also works. They're like, oh, it just turns out that they don't like their heart pierced.
Yeah, it's like they're like zombies. The brain is theirs, the heart is theirs.
Yeah,
That's it.
So if you shoot them through the heart, it works. They're like, oh, it just for some reason people are like, it's got to be a wooden stake. I'm like, no, man, use the fucking best thing. Wooden bullets.
I believe the Blade movie had didn't they have wooden bullets in Blade?
Oh, did
or
they?
was it silver?
Oh.
Or was it silver bullets?
Well, I mean, wooden bullets would make sense because that would be like
something
a
I watched had wooden bullets, and they were basically staking vampires.
I'd like to see like a MythBusters type breakdown of like what wooden bullets like would it ever
shoot
be
a real
possible?
wooden bullet?
Because I feel like it would just blow apart as in the fucking chamber. But yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Well, you got to encase it in silver, so then you get the best of both worlds.
Right, but then you're not actually like I feel like the heart has to touch
wood has
the wood.
to touch.
Yeah, or the wood has to touch the heart. Yeah, exactly. But hey, we've got some other. We're going to be talking about horror in general here. Anyway, we got some scary movie picks. You want to kick that off, Scott?
Sure. You and I both went to see Good Boy this past week.
Yes, we did.
I'm going to give everyone the spoiler right here because it's a necessary spoiler and it's fine.
Yes.
He doesn't die. The dog doesn't die.
And, also, and by the way, the in the trailer and everywhere you watch it, the biggest spoiler they give you right off the bat is the dog doesn't die.
And if you're listening to this show and you're like, oh, now I'm not going to go watch it.
Yeah.
No, you got bigger problems.
Yeah. Well, here, in which case you can go see a movie that I am never going to see, but I did hear Spooky Astronauts, the YouTuber I follow, say that it was just a bad movie as well as not being very great with the subject matter. There's a movie called Crushed, and apparently it's some internet sleuths following around trying to figure out who is behind a series of cat crushing videos. So you don't actually see the cats getting crushed, but you do hear things. And
I don't want to hear that.
So I'm glad I know that trigger. That's a content warning that will keep me away from it. Also, she said the movie was just not very good anyway. So if you're one of the sickos who wants to, there's movies out there for you, but this one's not for you. The dog survives. It is it's a
beautifully well made movie.
Yeah, it's a good. It's all atmosphere. It's like it's just like, ooh, this feels creepy. It's not like the plot is not like, it's not the crazy narrative thing. You're following a dog around in a haunted house, so you see some creepy shit, and also the dog's going through some shit.
A great actor.
Yeah, and which is great because the dog is not an actor, which is why you got to stay through the credits because they do an entire behind the scenes thing for like what 5-6 minutes or whatever. That's
Yeah, it
absolutely
shows
worth
how they took like 2 years to make it with their own family.
3 years,
3
yeah.
years with their own family and their own dog.
Yeah, in their own house. Yeah,
In their own house.
and it was my favorite part is the side by side, the juxtaposition between a shot that they actually like made it into the movie, and then they show what it took to get that shot, and there's a guy standing there like making like quacking sounds with his hand, going like quack 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 quack,
Making
like,
the dog look.
Yeah, making the dog look.
Oh,
and
I've
it's just-
tried to make cats look for a picture before, like on my phone. Like, just look at the fucking camera, get snapping fingers, and
then like then they look over at you because you're like, I'm like, no, I'm like, ugh. But yeah, so trying to get a non-actor dog to do actor stuff is pretty awesome. But watch the movie first, then go and watch all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
I'm not even a fan of dogs, and that dog was cute and awesome.
Oh yeah. That was one of the good dogs. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
He was a good boy.
Wait, that's the name of the movie.
Yeah, I'd recommend anyone to go see it.
Yes.
And see it in theater. Support indie movies.
Exactly. See it in the theaters. It's doing pretty well in the theaters. It's already made back twice its budget, and it'll make more. But also, if you don't get it around a theater near you, it is coming to Shudder November 21st because it is a Shudder distributed picture as well.
Might be one of the better Shudder originals too. I honestly get a little scared when I see it's a Shudder original now for a lot of films.
When they started, they were like fire. It reminds me a lot of Blumhouse.
Got bad.
Like Blumhouse, when they started, they were firing on cylinders, and then they just started. Like, I think spreading too thin.
Yep.
And then, so it was like, oh, you guys don't have the name cred. Like, I mean, A24 still does a good job of being like,
I would
okay,
watch
that's
any
very...
Blumhouse, and now I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, no.
And
like,
same with Shudder. I cringe when I see it on the screen. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
like it's 50-50. I'm like, okay, this is going to be one that might be fun or whatever. So, yeah, it's not a slam dunk. This one definitely, I'm glad they got it. And I mean, I would still say, half the Shudder exclusives.
About half, yeah.
I mean, but that's just them just doing distribution deals. But still, it's like, okay, they're putting their money behind something after they've seen it, and they still like it's one thing to produce a movie that doesn't turn out good, but it's another to, after you've seen it, choose to put millions of dollars into distributing something that's kind of shitty. So,
yeah,
who knows? And anyway, and also speaking of Shudder, this one's on Shudder and maybe a couple other streaming services. And oddly enough, you said you just watched this.
I watched it probably the same day as
you. This is a movie I had come across, and it came out in like 2022 or 2023, maybe something like that. It's called Candyland, and this is more of a thriller, but it's like the setting is really cool. It takes place, following a bunch of quote unquote lot lizards around, which essentially prostitution around a truck stop area and off of a.
This has nothing to do with that animated movie Rango.
Yes.
The Johnny Depp
yes,
lizard
the Johnny
movie.
Depp. Oh, you mean like because it's a lizard? Yes, I got you. You just chose a lizard.
I picked a lizard movie. There's not a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot lizard. Yeah,
yeah.
You know what? It's a stretch, but I will absolutely.
There's not a lot of lizard movies.
Yes.
Can we just start there?
The entire
Rango is the only one that came to mind as being a lizard.
With the exception of
movie.
saying like Jurassic Park, but those are dinosaur
birds.
Movies. Dinosaur movies.
Those are fucked up birds.
So, so Candyland, it's got plenty of good violence to it. There's not really much of a quote unquote story underpinning it. It's really just more of event driven and character driven.
There is the whole cult story.
Well, no, I mean but in other words, it's not like a narrative point A to point B thing. It's like this woman who is quote unquote escaped a cult is now finds refuge with this group of lot lizards who take her in, and a lot of it's just about their day to day goings on. Half of the horror has nothing to do with the actual murders going on behind the scenes. Yep. It's just what they have to sustain as good human beings because they just happen to choose a sex worker profession, which should have a little more dignity behind it than what these people are forced to suffer because it's illegal, and we just won't afford people the protections of the law and whatnot because we think it's dirty to be able to pay for something you can do for free. Yes. Great.
Yes. Remember, if you just set up a camera, it's porn, not sex.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. You're like, just
I'm a director.
Yes. I'm a director. I have a bunch of unreleased porn. I swear to God, I'm going to release it someday. And you just, or you just put it behind a paywall for $45,000, so nobody ever will ever see it. Because why not? And then guess what? If somebody does. Yeah, you can watch my porn for $45,000.
Yeah. You watch.
If you want to watch me if you want to watch me slapping around and apologizing for not being able to get my dick hard for 4 minutes, then you can pay $45,000 for that. Actually, somebody just got so fucking turned on by me just saying that. That's somebody's kink. I want to see somebody just apologize.
No, I can do it. Just, let me get one more line of coke. That'll help.
Oh, yeah. Cocaine is notorious. No, that's okay. It's blue cocaine. I crushed some fucking Viagra's into it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be really bad for you. Yeah. Yeah, well, so is your fucking chlamydia. Yeah. So anyway, fun movie, interesting setting. It also gives a lot of insight into the underworld of sex workers and whatnot, while also, I think painting them as they are the protagonists, and it's a good telling of them. But also, I love the fact that it's got a little bit of a violent cult underpinning too, because I love honestly, the thing that sold it was the cult part of the synopsis than it was the other. But I liked the other parts of it quite a bit. So, Candyland.
Word. Now let's move on into web droppings.
All right, Scott, you brought everything to the table, and you've got some very, very nice notes and whatnot. I have actually read the story, so at least I can chime my little feedback in as we get there.
They're the closest I can get to horror. As spooky as this first story is, Mr. Beast, I do not like. I hate these kinds of streamers. I think they're reprehensibly horrible for society.
I think it's exploitative, but bad people are like, but they're giving X back to Y, and I'm like, or they could still make content that makes them a shitload of money and then just donate money to other causes without making a fucking content video out of every single thing that you do.
The best thing, he did that Beast Game show that I could not stop seeing ads for on fucking Amazon Prime.
That's what Mr. it was?
Beast.
Okay.
I never watched it because I refuse. I fucking hate him. But I watched a YouTube recap of the entirety of the show Beast Games because apparently it was such a fuck show that it was worthy of not watching.
I'd watch
but
a fuck show.
The cuts of it and why it's such a fuck show and what they were doing to these people and how manipulative and weird it was.
I've seen plenty of teardowns of that kind of industry. It's again some of that stuff where on the surface people are like, this is good. It was sort of like the the whole Jubilee stuff at first people like, this is a good thing. I'm like, no, it's not. It's all content. It's all clickbait. They don't give a shit about actually do it. And they're like, but it's debate, or no, this is he's helping X, Y, and Z. It's I get it. At the end of the day, somebody comes out with the money, but it's just so manipulative and so
Mr.
exploitative.
Beast falls into that level of just fucking internet slop. I wish he didn't exist.
Well, and it's also if it didn't exist, literally nothing negative would come. There's
the world wouldn't be worse.
There's definitely some stuff you're like, oh, without this, we wouldn't have this, this, and this. I'm like, anything that came out of Mr. Beast is fucking worse than Mr. Beast. So it would probably be better if he just had never existed. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go back in time and kill Mr. Beast instead of Hitler. I'll still choose Hitler.
Sure.
He also would be a different time. I'd have to choose to go back. So
I'd be afraid of killing Hitler and then not existing because for some reason you exist purely because he did.
Honestly, I'd be fine.
A lot of us probably.
Honestly, and the other thing too is I don't know what would it who else would rise to power? At least we know there's a known with Hitler, and what it ended up, it changed the whole world order. Who, for all we know,
Trump's dad would have risen to power back then and become the new Hitler.
Yeah, but I also like the thought of me going back to kill Hitler, but accidentally keeping my time machine on the Mr. Beast setting, so I just go back to 1987. I'm like, shit, Hitler's not even here. What the fuck am I going to do in 1987?
Kill Mr. Beast.
I guess I'll kill Mr. Beast. Why did I choose to kill him as a baby? I could have just gone and killed Mr. Beast in the modern time. Yeah. I don't have to go back in time to do that. Why did I waste a time traveling trip? And I don't even want to do it because I'm going to get arrested in 1987.
And then you say all that, you mug to the camera, and you go, now click subscribe, smash because you're streaming it all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would just be like, hey, I'm here. Why don't I just invent YouTube and ban him? I could just go back and be like, hey, I guess inventing YouTube was probably harder than just coming up with the idea for what do we put video on this thing? Because it was probably the invention of it.
He would also be a child then, so it'd be weird to go out publicly and be like, yeah, I invented YouTube. Pretty cool, huh? Also, I don't know his real name. John Smith can't be on YouTube ever. And he's like 5. He's like, why?
Oh yeah, and then he becomes the next Hitler because you did that. Because Hitler was a bad artist or whatever, failed artist, so he became the Hitler that we know. And then I think there's more nuance than that, but that's as much of the history as I'm going to bother putting out there.
So the title of this story is Mr. Beast defends controversial stunt involving a trapped man. Mr. Beast, the renowned YouTube personality known for his elaborate challenges, is currently embroiled in controversy following a recent video. The stunt in question involved trapping a man in a burning building as part of a high-stakes challenge for $500,000.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. yes, I get that you're saying, hey, we're doing this and this person agreed to it, but like, yeah, anybody's
It's some
going to agree to
dystopian
anything
weird
for
shit.
$500,000. And it is like, yeah, people are like, hey, I wanted to do it for $500,000. But it's like, yeah, that's the problem. Like, it's also indicative of how fucked up, like, that people are just like, well, I needed to pay my child's cancer bills, cancer treatment bills. So we, needed to take on this burn me alive challenge so I could afford to pay for my child's cancer treatment.
We're inching closer to Running Man and things like that.
Yeah, which is coming out in November.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that's coming out.
Yeah, it's by Edgar Wright.
Yeah, but also has
Glenn Powell, yeah.
Glenn Powell in it.
You're
So
on an
ass full of that
anti
guy.
Yeah.
He's just in fucking everything.
Yeah, and it's not like even like he's a bad
not
actor
a
or anything.
great actor,
Yeah,
though.
but it's not like he's like, oh, he's really annoying. It's just they're shoving him down our throats, and he's not a great actor. He's not a bad actor.
He's
Yes.
generic. He doesn't bring anything to the table.
You know, he feels like a 3D printed model of what an actor would be. Like, I don't know, like something. Oh, no, maybe not. It's where you would like take something off the assembly line and then decorate it and then send it out. They just forgot to do that last part, where it's just like somebody's just coming off the assembly. Because they're like what I thought about Mike Pence. Like he was just a human that they forgot to decorate. Mike Pence. Remember that guy? Poor little guy. Poor little fella.
Powell also has that face where like all of his face is scrunched in the middle of a bigger face.
Yeah, which I will say I didn't notice.
He's got a tiny little face.
Didn't notice until you mentioned it. Wait, we need a new one now that Charlie Kirk's face isn't out there. Doing
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He had another one of those scrunched up faces.
Yeah,
where
it was like
all
the
the
tiny
parts
little-
of your face are too close together in the center.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not a good looking dude. He's not a great actor. I don't get why he's in everything.
Well, yeah, it's more of the he's in everything. He's not such a bad actor where you would notice if he was in one movie a year. You're just saying, why is he in 7 movies in the last 2 months?
I mean, he is in a TV show right now that's being called the Mrs. Doubtfire of football shows, and he acts opposite Hawk Tua. So
wait, what?
So I mean, that's going to be A+, right?
Wait, she's in
She's
that?
in it.
She's in that.
I don't know how much
shitty
she's
show?
in it, but I saw a scene where he acts opposite of her.
This is why like it's so dangerous for these companies to be like, oh, this is the trendy thing, but then it takes 9 months to make a show because you're like 9 months later the Hawk Tua girl is like or even like not even who is she? She's fucking like been like cast off because of her fucking crypto scheme, which is so funny. The president and his wife can do the exact same crypto scheme and still be president, but like we're just like we hold the Hawk Tua girl to a higher standard than we hold the president.
I'm gonna do a crypto rug pull. It's gonna be the greatest rug pull.
That's right.
That's right. No one's seen a rug pull this good. I'm glad I can't do a good impression of Trump, honestly. It makes my soul feel okay.
Yeah.
Just, I don't want to hear his voice.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I'm okay doing a bad impression and just playing it off as him so I can be like, hey, at least the listener doesn't have to hear his voice either.
Yeah.
You know who I'm picking on.
Yep.
See, that's not a good impression, but you know who I'm picking on.
Oh, you were... I gotcha.
Yeah, well, I was trying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Chad Powers is the show.
Yeah, that's it. It's the Mrs. Doubtfire of football shows. Well,
I mean, except for it's Mr. Doubtfire because he just plays a dude, right?
Yeah, it's a dude playing a dude. He puts like a fake nose on,
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Who is that guy?" He just has like a fake
puts
nose.
a fake nose on and put like a fake mullet and a mustache.
You know how those fake prosthetic noses, those Halloween noses, stay on when you get tackled in a football field in the middle of the game.
I also love on the show poster, it shows like him on one side and then his other alter ego on the other. I'm like, clearly the same person.
The nose is the only difference, and I think they gave him bangs.
Barely. No, he's got like a weird little mullet thing, which is so funny because he's like, I'm the modern version of me. I'm the current version of me. I'm gonna go with a 1980s fucking haircut. I know. I saw the trailer for that, and I'm like, this seems like at least you can explain away superhero shit like with Clark Kent and Superman, but like because it's a fictional world, I'm like, we're supposed to believe people like, oh god. Anyway, yeah. So. It kind of reminds me. I just recently rewatched the movie Jawbreaker, which is amazing. But you know how like Katie from Arrested Development, like she's this one character and then suddenly she's not. People are like, who is this girl? I'm like, you didn't notice an entire other person just vanish, and then this other girl who looks exactly like her, just without glasses, show up. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell are you? But anyway.
Critics have widely condemned the stunt as reckless and exploitative, raising concerns about the safety of participants and the ethical boundaries of content creation. In response to this significant backlash, Mr. Beast has publicly defended his own actions, asserting that all necessary safety precautions were taken and the participants willingly agreed to the terms of the challenge. So... That's okay. No. It's like, I'm going to light this house on fire and have a guy hunt for money in it. It's like, He knew what he was doing, is essentially the defense.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
He wanted $500,000 because everybody does. And I guess at that point, you're like, oh, how far are people? But like, to me, it's like, is there any difference like in this or when people are like, here's $40 to make two bums fight? Like, come on.
It's the
like,
same. It's the same.
It's obviously bigger stakes.
They're
but
the
you're
same
still saying,
picture.
hey, you poor fuckers.
Yeah,
I have enough money of this to burn, literally.
They're the same picture.
Yeah. And it's with larger numbers. So you're saying, and people out there are probably like, man, I wish somebody come up to me and let me do that. I'm like, yeah, that's indicative of the entire systemic problem with people who like, if you are willing to put your entire life at risk for $500,000, like, what is it saying about our society, really?
What's sad is there is a threshold that I'm willing to meet where I would
100%.
watch it. Like, not him running around the house trying to get money during a fire. That's just cruel.
Yeah.
But if a half hour in, and I'm talking, he's in the house for like an hour as it burns. It's a slow burn or something. They let bees out of the basement.
Yeah.
And then like another player enters in, but he's got a bee suit.
Yeah.
A fire retardant bee suit. And he's trying to take the money from the guy trying to get the money. Like, add more layers.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe I'm going to be I think I'm watching a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what? Fuck it. Like if we're doing this, at least 50% of these motherfuckers have to be rich assholes who could also die and don't need the money. How's that? Like, you've got to have at least one CEO. Like, you've got to, like, for every one, like, person who just really could, like, that's life-changing money. It's life-changing money to most people. But, like, then you need somebody who doesn't need the $500,000 to be like, Mr. Beast, you yourself have to go in and be a part of this fucking shit.
Reverse challenge it. A billionaire goes in with a giant bag of, what's the biggest denomination of bill we have? Do we have $1,000
Well, I mean,
bills?
it's technically really just 100 for regular currency, yeah.
But do we have like $500 bills that are real?
I think there's technically a $500 bill that's real, yeah.
Well, I was thinking a big level of currency, big bag of that money, their own money. And they have to, like, I don't know, run around and put it in fireproof safes. And if they don't
save their money,
I don't know.
What they do is they have a representation of their money, and whatever doesn't make it out with them then gets donated to like a charity. Or something.
Yeah, there.
So
you
whatever
go.
burns up that way. Also, at the end, if they do perfectly, everybody will still be mad at them because they'll be like, "You didn't donate anything to charity because you were so good at this game." Whereas really, somebody could like have good like PR by just tossing the entire thing into the fire and be like, "Yeah, you know what? Fuck it," and then suddenly, $1 billion is donated to charity.
Yeah, like there's 10 tchotchkes in this house.
Yeah,
and they have to. If they get all 10, they get all their money back. But if they leave one in, they lose 10% of their money. If they leave them all in, they lose 100% of their money.
I wouldn't
drain their whole bank account, make them poor, homeless.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be that again. I feel like in order to do that, we'd have to force them into it, and I'm totally fine with that.
At gunpoint, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And if they don't go in, just shoot them right on the grass, shoot them right on the lawn. Then the next billionaire, your turn to go in the house, and if he says no, shoot him on the lawn. Next billionaire, just go down the line.
We've talked. I've talked about how before. I've always thought that having a billionaire purge, and by that, what I mean, folks, because I don't want this to go out with this in this tumultuous time.
I just said we should line up billionaires and shoot them if they won't go into a burning building.
But
so you can pretty much say what you want at this point.
We're coming in hot on our first time back. Luckily, I don't think the opinions of people and billionaires have really risen since we last recorded.
I'll have to check the demographics of our next watch. Oh, we've lost the billionaire demographic.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, they weren't giving us any money anyway, so fuck them. No, but like I was talking about, everybody at the end of the year, for every $1 billion you're worth, you put one chip into a hat, mix it all together. So Elon Musk right now would put 430 chips into somebody who just has $1 billion, like a Jay-Z, and Beyonce would have one chip.
Poor
in there,
motherfucker.
Yeah. Honestly, it sounds like nothing. I'm just like, that poor bastard with his $1 billion compared to the 430.
Shit, is he gonna be okay?
Go fund the billionaires. Yeah, go fund me for billionaires.
I don't know. It's not looking good for Jay-Z. He's only got $1 billion.
It's not looking good for him. Oh God, it was the what is the Triple Comma Club or whatever in Silicon Valley, where he's so depressed because he falls like $1 million short of $1 billion, so he's no longer a billionaire. Yeah, so he's now just a 900 millionaire.
Give us back the jacket.
Yeah, so now he's and Tres Commas was his his tequila name or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, no.
We're also going to recircumcise you. It's painful.
Oh yeah. Way more painful than the other way around.
We're billionaires. We do weird shit.
Know. Yeah,
we get bored.
Just somebody with like a fucking sewing machine, one of those old foot power sewing machines, and he's like, slap your dick on there. We'll get this working for you. I think there are definitely better ways to do that.
No, we're billionaires. We do things different.
It's how we take them off. It's how we're going to take them on. That's right. This is how you do it. Have you ever been? No?
Do you
Fuck
remember?
it. Yeah.
No.
It was just some old maid, some old crone just foot pumping a fucking old sewing machine and just slowly chopping.
Where do you think the
dick.
legend of Rumpleforeskin comes from?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Because that also is the sewing.
Yep.
Yep.
Straw into gold.
And it
straw
also dealt
into
with
gold.
circumcisions, right? Right?
Yeah. I mean, Rumpleforeskin would for sure be, if it's not already something, it should be something. Anyway, so on to...
You were saying put chips in a hat if you were billionaires.
Oh, yeah. So, and then they would pull one out, and we would just be able to go hunt that billionaire. I think hunting one billionaire a year is fine. And then what it would do is
you lose
a lot
your
of people,
billions into charity, you reduce your chips,
well,
which increases your chances
and that's
of
why it
living.
would also have to be an average over the course of a year. That way, like last minute, you don't go, oh, I'm going to fall under a billion, and then immediately for Elon Musk, he's fucked, right? Because like he's not gonna fall under a billion unless he essentially goes bankrupt. Like for him to lose that much money, people would call him bankrupt, even though he might only fall to $1 billion. Like if he lost that much wealth, people would be like, "Oh my God, he's pretty much bankrupt."
It has to be the value of your stocks and your properties and everything.
It's wealth. It's wealth, not it's net worth.
Because none of them have cash.
No.
I have more cash on me than Musk does.
It's not. It is not.
Which is like maybe $20.
Yes, it is not income or it is net worth. So if somebody's worth $1 billion, like, and that's why. Okay, cool. Well, guess what? Give up a lot of your stakes and a lot of your shares. Fuck you. You know, if
there should be no billionaires.
Yeah, I'm definitely along for that ride. Anyway, but don't hurt them. Wink, wink,
wink.
Yeah, because fuck it. We're still a very not listened to podcast. So we got a ways to go before the government's coming after us, right? Am I right? And cut to us being in jail.
I got a quick one here.
Yeah.
Next story.
Yes.
Hershey, the chocolate company, triumphs in lawsuit over Reese's Halloween candy aesthetics. We covered this story last year when the lawsuit first hit. Or earlier this year when the lawsuit first... Whenever the lawsuit hit, we covered this story. Basically, we just said that the lawsuit's happening. This is what happened in the end. I love that it happened during this Halloween month, too. Yep, good follow-up time. Hershey, the iconic confectionery giant, has successfully defended itself against a lawsuit challenging the festive appearance of its Reese's Halloween-themed candies. The lawsuit, filed by a disgruntled consumer, alleged that the pumpkin-shaped Reese's candies did not live up to their spooky enough portrayal in advertising materials. The plaintiff argued the actual product lacked intricate details and frightful charm promised by marketing campaigns.
Yeah, because they have like a smiling jack-o'-lantern face on the
I get his argument, and it's valid as a bullshit
as a trying to get money from Hershey's.
It's valid on that.
Honestly, good on you for trying to get money from a big company, but also you're like, this is where unfortunately I'm like, don't make me side with the corporations. Like this isn't. This is
like the people who are like, my Big Mac doesn't look like the Big Mac in the commercial. It's like, yeah, that's not even food in the commercial.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That mayo is Elmer's glue. The lettuce is plastic.
Yeah, it's spray painted and airbrushed perfectly to make it look like that.
Same thing here is the food's not real in the ads. And I think the idea in this judgment probably goes to back that up is that we have an expectation as a society to understand commercials aren't real life.
Yes, and I would say this person clearly...
Which feels
this
shitty.
Person I feel like clearly knew that. Well, yeah, I mean, but like
false advertising also feels like it comes into play.
Yeah, well, but this is one of those where like, were they like false advertising is genuinely attempting to maliciously, like make somebody think something is what it isn't. In this case, do you think Hershey's was really like, oh, we're going to show this on there and people are going to think this is what the food is going to look like? Plus, it's food. It's going to just taste a certain way. I mean, yes, you want to plate it a certain way and you eat with your eyes first, blah, blah, blah. We both worked at restaurants. We know how to plate food and whatnot.
Yes,
so we
you
get
eat
that.
with your eyes.
But at the same time, like, yeah, I do feel like there is a reasonable expectation that you can apply to society. Like, it's sort of like, I mean... Yeah, I get why we need, like, don't drink Windex on the back of the thing so they can just say they put it there.
Still think we need one day a year where you remove all labels from everything and just fucking
let
Darwinism happen one day.
The people who didn't were like, it wasn't a thing saying I shouldn't do it on the back, so I did it. Then just let them go.
Remove all those labels.
Let them go. Let's just get done with these people. But, yeah, so... By the way, I mean, this person was definitely trying to file a frivolous lawsuit against Hershey's and make some money. Good on you for that.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
You wasted some of Hershey's money in that lawsuit too, so cool.
Yeah, and it was valid enough to make it to like with the merits.
Now
right?
Do it again to Nestle and actually win and crush them.
Yeah, exactly.
Nestle's like Satan incarnate.
Yeah. In fact, I would say crunch them. Nestle's Crunch. Nestle's Crunch is a type of candy. I like that we can make these jokes while we still have water. Yeah. Yeah, Nestle's water is the like. Watch any documentary on their fucking. I mean, they're
taking our water.
Yeah, what compared to some of the other what data centers are about to do to this world, it pales in comparison. But it's still, we're gonna look back on when Nestle was just drying up little creeks.
Those rich billionaire Nestle executives, all of them billionaires, sitting in their tubs full of water.
Yeah.
Not gold coins.
Oh yeah,
water.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, like fucking Scrooge McDuck was a sucker.
You see this? I took this from a town that had none.
Yeah, that's right.
You mean that water?
I drained this from deep within their soil.
We're going to skip the next story for time constraints and move it to next week because I think it'll work.
Yeah.
We're going to move to something that's a little more timely because this movie was just in theaters.
Yes.
So, Chinese studios face backlash.
Billy Backlash. Yeah.
For AI-driven alteration of gay couple in film. At first, I didn't think this was going to be horror-related, and I thought it was just an interesting story. But then when I read it, it's about the horror movie Together, which just came out. It has...
Alison Brie and Dave Franco.
They're also being sued for that movie. I don't know if that ever got settled because they ripped it off from another movie.
I think it'll take a long time for that to get settled. I haven't seen the other movie, but it sounds like some of the stuff that was... I do want to see because I've seen Together and I very much enjoyed it, but it did cast a pallor on the movie when I read it was I read about it before I saw the movie.
I saw,
but I have not seen the other movie. So,
I have not seen this.
So
one,
I need to. So I need to. So I need to actually go and watch the other movie. What we're talking about is that they, were sued for ripping off multiple.
Not just multiple plot points, but the soundtrack and pivotal scenes.
Yeah, well, and actually, I will say
there's a pivotal scene with Spice Girls that is exactly the same.
I would say almost every other thing that they were talking about is that seems like a stretch because so many of these things were not original things they were saying they ripped off, but. The last one where it was they danced to the same Spice Girls song and the same kind of
at the same point in the movie for the same reason.
And there were some certain shots of but almost all the other stuff I'm okay, parallel thinking 100%. This last one I'm okay, that so I do want to watch the now that I've seen Together, I saw it in the theater, very much enjoyed it. So put the lawsuit out of your mind and enjoy the movie for what it is because we don't know what the turnout is on that, but I do. And you will actually have a better understanding because you can gauge it against the other one. So I want to see the other movie too.
So this is so we're talking about the movie Together.
Yes,
the horror movie just came out, and a Chinese film studio has ignited a firestorm of criticism for its controversial use of artificial intelligence technology to modify the body horror film.
Yes,
the studio
this
reported
is deep fake technology, not like creating new content with shitty sort of stuff. This is putting other faces on existing faces to
The studio reportedly employed AI to alter a gay couple within the movie, transforming them into a heterosexual couple. This alteration has been widely condemned by LGBTQ plus advocates, film critics, and audiences worldwide who view it as an act of censorship and an attempt to erase queer representation. The incident has sparked a broader discussion about the ethical implications of AI in creative works, particularly when it involves altering original content in a way that aligns with discriminatory practices or government censorship.
And against the original filmmakers, they didn't approve this. This is not something they were hey, in order to be released here, you have to do this. They said, what the fuck are you doing? You need to revert it or not show it.
I mean, this happens in our country too. Amazon just bought the entire catalog of James Bond movies. So all the James Bond movies are now on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah.
And you can go to a James Bond hub on Amazon Prime where it's all the movies, and they have the little posters, here's Octopussy, here's Die Another Day, et cetera, et cetera. Every one of those posters had James Bond holding a gun like this by his face or out forward or facing the camera. They digitally erased all the guns from every poster, so it's just him standing there with his hands, just his hands.
Somebody better put a dick in there real soon.
So the internet has been taking those posters and photoshopping
anything
dildos,
they want. Yes,
water guns, walkie-talkies.
It's always going to backfire.
Walkie-talkies like E.T.
First of all, they're gonna watch the movies. You're not erasing it for the movies.
He's got a license to kill.
Yeah,
he's allowed to have one of the movies. I think is called A License to Kill.
Actually, it's now called A License to Cuddle. So it was a ways to go.
That famous James Bond movie, Octopus.
Yep.
That's it. Just.
Oh yeah.
So they took out all the guns, and he's got his hands holding nothing, just just standing there. And
Yeah,
it looks
that's-
awkward as fuck.
You know, the
so-
thing that pisses me off the most about that kind of thing is like nobody from the left was asking for that.
No one
liberals
asked
asking
for that.
So you have these horrible people like Bezos and company thinking they're pandering, and then it just immediately stokes the flames of the fucking right to be like, look what they're trying to do, trying to cancel guns from blah blah blah. Like, no, we're not. None of us like that either.
Yep.
But they're going to be able to paint a fucking narrative based on the fucking crazy corporate ideas of what
Dave,
it is to be like.
If you go looking for those posters now, you're only going to find images on the web of people who've recorded them, and maybe on some what are those websites like the internet database? I don't know. There's a place in the internet where you can see old websites.
Yeah.
My brain is spacing hard on that one.
Was it the Wayback Machine or something?
Yeah. You can probably find it there. But in general, they what they ended up doing was getting rid of all those doctored posters. So someone worked really hard on those, and they just took them all down.
Yeah.
And now they're just replaced with random scenes from the movie with like the title over.
Okay.
So like it'll just be a shot. It'll be a shot of Madrid
I'll have to
with
look
the title.
I'll have to look into that because the second people are like, "Oh, it happened, but you can't find the evidence." I'm a little skeptical because then suddenly I'm like, "Okay, is this a one of those other conspiracy theories where people are like?"
This was reported
No.
on
Yeah.
another news podcast I listened to.
Okay, all right, cool. I'll look into it because that does. It sounds like exactly what would happen and exactly what drives the anti-woke bullshit, which is more of a myth than the woke bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But then every once in a while something comes out and you're like, "No, you're not helping. You're doing it." And we don't want you to.
No one on the left is like James Bond shouldn't be holding a gun.
No, like none of us quote unquote woke people fucking think that. Like, but again, I'll look into that. But that's a fun one. But yeah, so in this case, this was specifically changing a same-sex couple to
So they just put like a
heterosexual
woman's
couple.
head on a, or they probably just replaced the whole dude on like one side with
Yes,
a woman.
100%. Yeah.
Period.
Because it's very clearly two men. It's not like one man in a wedding dress. This is two men getting married, both dressed as what you would consider grooms, in this. And it's also, it's one thing for them to do that for censorship without you seeing the movie. It is pretty integral that this is an integral part of the entire movie. Is the fact that this?
I was
is
wondering if it even mattered if they were same sex to begin with. Not that it makes the Chinese altering better, but I was wondering in my head, is it even an important scene?
Well, so it's the scene itself, but like knowing that this is there is so much that is tethered to that same sex couple. And it's not like, oh, it's because they're same sex. It's just like that carries through the rest of the movie in certain places of talking about their husband and whatnot. So
also,
did they then change all the dialogue? I guess they will because it's going to be voiced over.
Also,
right?
anyone who's shocked that this happened, don't be. When those shitty Star Wars movies came out several years ago, John Boyega was on all the posters of the American Star Wars posters. He's standing there with a lightsaber in one and a blaster in another. He's not in any of the foreign posters. They cut him out completely. Yep. It's all white people on the poster. No John Boyega. So China was already way ahead of the racism on this one, and sexism and classism and everything.
Just classic, like state sanctioned bigotry. Yeah.
Yep, they were way ahead of it. Now they just have better tools, so they can actually go into the. If there was 8 years ago when that Star Wars film came out, you'd have scenes of Rey just talking to no one.
Yeah.
or awkward white dude who's like, or Asian, probably a Chinese
it would be a
dude,
Chinese man,
just injected into the movie. Whatever you say, Rey. Like,
Yeah.
let's go build the Death Star. That's not even in the movie. Just the lines are all fucked up,
Yeah, it's hey, but America's finally catching up to China in its bigotry. It's great. Our state-sanctioned bigotry. We might overtake them by the end of the.
The new arms race.
Yeah. The fact that we're like erasing all this, quote unquote DEI stuff, like Jackie Robinson, shit on the government websites, take him down. I'm like, probably not. It mentions the fact that he was black, and that had played a big part because it was a big part of that.
I just heard on ESPN the other day that there's never been a black baseball player.
Yeah. I also love. I love the thought of them. Oh my god, of like AI editing out all the black basketball players. So like. Most of the time it's
you just
empty.
hear a lot of squeaking and one white guy just kind of running around back and forth.
And just like looking kind of like, there's like one white guy out of every 5 teams or
and
something.
And the ball
like that.
moves though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you see the ball, and this one white guy's like, "Throw me the ball."
Yeah.
The ball's ignoring him.
And half of it's just that white guy on the bench with just looking back and forth like a dog looking at a fucking tennis ball. Yeah. So let's use AI for the right purposes and start. How about this? Start making every couple a same-sex couple in a lot of other movies. Go out of your way to start jamming in LGBTQ plus themes into all, because that's what they say we're doing. Let's show them what it would be like if we fucking did it. If we actually just went out and just said, hey, we're gonna actually. How about we actually have an agenda now?
I mean,
and
you've
we
got
fucking
those
throw
movies
it out.
like the new Godzillas, where they're co-funded by China.
Yes.
And because of that, we have
the
to have
Meg.
that obligatory Chinese scene.
Yeah.
Where like, let's go to China and talk
Marvel
to their
movies,
people.
yeah.
And you have to like talk to their big action star, and they're like, well, yeah, we'll come up with a plan to do this together. And then they fuck off and never go back to China and never talk to that person again. But that scene is there because they made it together.
Dude, Marvel movies.
So cut that
like
scene
30% of every fucking
Cut that scene
Marvel movie box office is made in China. And the reason that those fucking movies are so goddamn vanilla is because they need to fucking cater to Chinese censorship. Now, they probably would be anyway. I mean, it's not like the earlier ones were that much better, but like, you know, you've got to be like, is this okay, China?
I think Captain America and the Winter Soldier totally would have boned if it wasn't for China.
Yeah.
On screen. Like, full on penetration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Civil War was about to begin with.
It starts out with a hardcore orgy with all the Avengers.
I'm going to have a Civil War
Yeah.
in your pants.
Yeah. Hey, Spidey, eat out fucking black some female character's pussy.
Wow.
I can't remember any fucking Marvel characters these days because I've gotten so anti-Marvel.
I like that you hate women
bother.
so much you can't think of a single Marvel woman.
Yeah, I was just I can barely think of any Marvel characters. I was gonna say Black Widow, but yeah.
Yeah, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, but I was like, no, that one's too obvious. So I was trying to think of another one, but yeah.
There's not a whole lot of women in Marvel, to be fair.
I mean, there are some
There's
that you
enough.
don't necessarily. I mean, I always loved
She-Hulk.
Shadowcat. You know, was
She-Hulk.
fucking old school.
Kitty Pryde.
And the I mean, there's been plenty on the X-Men Rogue.
We all
was
like
one of my
Psylocke
favorites.
for reasons.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Psylocke was one for sure. Rogue was one of my
Rogue.
favorites. Yeah. Storm. Yeah.
Rogue and Storm might be the two biggest Marvel characters for women, period.
Yeah.
And I know they're not main Marvel, they're X-Men, but it doesn't matter. They're
No. But
in the comics world, they're the two
when I
biggest.
say Marvel, I'm talking comics. I'm not talking the fucking cinematic bullshit. I'm talking the actual characters from the comic books. Yeah, but yeah, when they make them over to the mainstream and into the comics, I mean into the movies. Yeah, technically, I guess they were Fox or whatever, right? So, but yeah, it'd be good to get some same sex scenes and some orgies in some of these fucking Marvel movies. So hey, AI wizards, go at it. And by the way, don't do that because it's also terrible for the environment. So we're like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we did this? And then completely give all these billionaires more money doing it, and then also dry up an entire Arizona city with you're making stupid, shitty Sora videos. So don't do that. How about
Fair
that?
enough. I think that actually concludes our first episode back. Our
Yeah,
first
didn't get
Halloween
political at all.
episode.
I love that.
Yeah, there's nothing political about not wanting billionaires to exist.
I know. No, that's actually more.
To me, that's apolitical.
That's more of a problem. Is the fact that people think that's political. It means you're on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's apolitical.
Yeah. So, but yeah, enjoy. Go look up Abbott and Costello, Meet Chucky, Bob Ross's Happy Little Accident. Some of these stuff that we haven't made yet, but hey, someday we'll get the AI to burn down a rainforest so we can make you that 45-second shit clip.
Worth it.
Get lost.
Get lost.
Happy little Halloween, I got a bag full of candy. Wanna see it? Just take my hand, ain't got no reason to worry. I'll be your man in a world full of mistakes. Let's take it slow, you can watch me do my thing, then I'll let you go. I'm Bob Ross, nice to meet ya. Here to paint a happy tree of your features. No, I don't mean to deceive ya, I just need a canvas and a creature. I'm Bob Ross, nice to meet ya. Here to paint a happy tree of your features. No, I don't mean to deceive ya, I just need a canvas and a creature. Horror villain with an afro, knife and palette in hand. Might look scary, but I swear I'm a gentleman. When I mix the right colors, you'll see the truth. All the red splattered on the floor. of your features. No, I don't mean to deceive you. I just need a canvas and a creature. I'm Bob Ross, nice to meet you. Here to paint a happy tree of your features. No, I don't mean to deceive you. I just need a canvas and a creature.